What's up, everybody? Oh god! Welcome to welcome
What's up? Yes.
and welcome to another episode of Your Cousins Are Critics. This is episode 6, and so
Another detour, another change of plans. I'll be honest.
yeah, because originally, what was the movie we were going to do? Don't Look
Don't Look Now,
Now.
yeah.
Don't Look Now. We were originally going to do that movie, and we watched it. And
Jamesy
what was the thing?
You're too depressed.
No, that wasn't why. That wasn't why. It was because
I guess we were running low on time.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
time was too late.
Yeah.
We were actually going to do it at his house too.
Yeah,
Because
that's where we watched it, but I was having a lot of technical issues that day. It was terrible.
Oh
It was
yeah,
so
I
terrible.
forgot about that.
Yeah, because we were gonna watch it on my computer, and it was the Blu-ray player was
Yeah.
messing
I mean,
up. Long story.
we still were going to do it anyways, but it just time just
Yeah.
got away from us. It was getting a little late.
Yeah.
All right, so, but yeah, that movie was a movie that I before haven't seen, but he has.
Yes.
Well, we still kept that theme. So yeah, instead of because the first 5 episodes were all ones that he hasn't seen, but I have. Now we're changing it up with a movie that I haven't seen until now. I kind of regret it. I'm just kidding.
Well,
And
yeah,
he
I get it.
has, and this is one of your favorite movies, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So today we are talking about motherfucker. I was trying to show it.
I spoiled it.
Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Is that okay? Kind of a glare, but
You get the idea.
yeah, Hereditary. This was released in 2018, I believe. Yes, 2018.
That's crazy.
And it is
5 years ago.
written in or almost written and directed by Ari Aster. Aster.
Shout out.
Yeah, he's still alive. Why'd you shout out to him over there?
I was referencing that video that we were kind of watching earlier. Where like he's dead.
Jimmy.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Travis Scott. He's
Yeah.
dead?
Yeah, but Ari Aster, he also did a movie called Midsommar, which we might do that one too someday.
We should.
Yeah.
Let's have a breather in between.
Right,
yeah.
right. Yeah. And what's funny is that he actually got me this and Midsommar on Christmas, and also Fahrenheit 11/9.
Yeah, it was a weird bunch. But
I mean, those two make sense. But,
Yeah.
yeah. But
funny.
anyways, yeah. And he's also having a new movie out this year called Beau is Afraid, starring Joaquin Phoenix, which I'm pretty excited for.
That seems like a good combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And in this movie stars Toni Collette, Alex Wolff, and Gabriel Byrne.
Yes.
And some others I never heard of, but like I don't know the girl, but
yeah, I think this was her first like big. I know she was like a theater actress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actor before.
Yeah. So, all right.
So should we just dive right into it?
Yeah. What should we talk about first? What should we talk about first? Should we just talk about a little bit about the movie itself and then our opinions?
Yeah, I think we can. Okay, I'll start us.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you know more about it than me.
So the movie centers around this family, and the figurehead, and the main character. I think for most of the movie, I see as the mom and Annie, and her husband Steve, teenage son Peter, and then Charlie, who's the youngest.
The girl.
Yeah, and the family is going through a lot of complicated things. The grandmother dies, and
Annie's mother.
Yeah, it sounds like based on everything that we get that she's a very complicated woman and someone who probably wasn't the greatest grandma of all time or the greatest mom of all time. Toni,
right.
in the first scene where they're at the funeral service and Annie's talking about her mom, you can tell it's not a lot of warm feelings. It's just kind of dark. She's obviously pretty resentful to her mother and pretty bitter towards her. But I think that's probably well deserved. And the first bit of this movie is definitely creepy. and there's a lot of creepy moments, but it's almost more of a family drama for a long time, which is
Yes.
why I think this movie's really good.
Yes.
But later, because of the family drama and because of this family's issues in communicating, a really bad event happens where the daughter um, dies, is killed because um, she was kind of forced to go to this school event, which was actually a like high school party where
Mhm.
there's like drugs, alcohol, and stuff
With her brother,
with her brother. Yes.
Peter.
Yes. And Peter
Peter.
Peter got high and
Peter.
told her to stay downstairs and eat some chocolate cake. Now, the problem is that there were walnuts in this
Nice.
chocolate cake.
Oh, walnuts? I thought it was
Yeah, it
peanuts.
was walnuts.
Oh,
They look good. I would fucking chow down. If I was allergic to nuts, I'd be really sad. But you know who is allergic to nuts? It's
Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah.
And so she has a reaction. She doesn't know there's nuts in here. She just chows down. She's like, fucking chocolate cake. I love it.
Also, she didn't want to be there
Yeah,
anyway,
she was
so
pissed off. But her mom,
made her.
yeah, her mom was kind of emotionally all over the place, and she got kind of mad at her and was like, you're going to see these real kids. Because Charlie's kind of an awkward, strange kid. And so she forced her to go.
Wait.
And
Oh, Charlie. Yeah.
yeah,
I was gonna
and
say Peter, but
yeah, well, and Peter didn't even man up and say, um, "It's a party. It's not a school get together." Like
well,
he should have stopped it, honestly.
yeah,
But anyway,
definitely.
he didn't.
Well, yeah, he
He
definitely
didn't.
should have. If you've seen the
Yes, yes.
movie, you know he should have said.
And so,
I
and what?
almost went Chris Farley
Yeah.
there. You should. If I'm not going to scream. I don't
Uh,
want to attract my brother and sister-in-law in the other room and be like, "What the hell?"
and the reason why James is screaming or about to or stop himself from is because there's a scene in the movie that is in the first
40
40
minutes.
minutes. And so basically, she's having this reaction, like I said, and he freaks out. And he's like, okay, well, we got to get you to the hospital. So he's high and throws her in the car, starts driving really, really fast, trying to get her to the hospital. She rolls the window
I'm sorry,
down
my eyes really big right now. The whole time.
because she can't breathe. She rolls the window down, sticks her head out the window. There's a dead animal in the road. He swerves.
I
Peter
don't remember the
swerves.
dead animal.
Yes, there's a. That's why he
Okay.
swerved,
Okay, I don't remember.
which
that.
adds up. Which adds up like.
Oh
the
wait, yeah, okay. I think I
Yeah,
remember
he
now.
swerves.
Because didn't I say is a dead animal?
Yes, yes. He swerves, and she gets beheaded because she hits a telephone pole, and she dies. Charlie, the sister, and that's kind of where this movie takes a thick turn into spirits, demons, occult things. Yeah. Should we keep going with the synopsis,
I don't know.
or should we just talk about how we feel about it and kind of let it come out? Because this is
You
it's
want
a
to do
lot
it
to
that
explain.
way?
I think so. I
Okay.
think so.
So who should express it? Should it be me express their opinions on this?
Yeah, you
film?
go ahead.
This
Yeah,
is my
I'm
first
tired
time
of talking.
watching.
I'm tired of talking already.
Okay.
I'm running out of breath.
Plus, you're probably excited to hear my
I
opinion.
am. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, sorry. First, first of all, let me just say this. I am not. If you know my channel, I'm not a big horror movie fan. There's a good handful of movies that I do like a lot that are horror films. In fact, one of them happens to be my favorite film of all time, Eraserhead. That is technically a horror film. I mean, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely an art horror film. I would
Yes.
say. Art house.
Yeah, and I used to say, "Oh, I hate horror films. They're all terrible." Blah 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 blah. And this movie in particular, I remember thinking, I don't ever want to see that movie. Plus, he told me about it, and I was like, oh, every movie he likes, I'll probably end up, yeah, I hate anyway, so I'm probably not gonna like this movie. Um, so I avoided this movie for a long time, and and I don't know. I decided I wanted to watch it, just because I want to explore. I'm still trying to get into horror films. Like I
Yeah.
I am. I'm still trying to get into them. I have seen some good ones lately. So, like I loved Candyman.
Yeah, that's a classic.
I thought that was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But um, but yeah, I wanted about to lose my train of thought. God damn
Oh, you're good. You're good.
it. So I decided, to check this one out, and plus I have heard good things about this movie from other like movie reviewers on YouTube.
He doesn't trust me.
For
For good reason. He has good reason. He has very good reason.
No. But so I was like, okay, I put it on my watch list, but I still just wasn't sure about it. I just because well, or at least I thought I knew what it was about. I thought I did, but I thought it was going to be about Ghost, which there's like maybe a little bit of that, but that's not the main thing of this movie.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be about Ghost, and I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to like this movie. But boy, am I an idiot. This was completely different. I'm still kind of speechless, honestly. I still don't exactly know what to say about this movie because it was it was not what I was expecting at all. But with that in mind, yeah, this movie was fucking great. I surprisingly really liked it. I do have a little bit of issues with it,
Sure.
and we'll get to that later. But for the main part, I really enjoyed it. And you know what? I think what saved it was the ending.
Yeah.
I think it was the ending, the
100%.
twist. Which, by the way, if I didn't watch this movie with him, I would have been completely lost. I would have had to be. I would like at the end. I would have been like, "What the fuck just happened?" Um, I was like that exact same way when I very first saw Mulholland Drive. And, like I had to look up what the movie was about, and now I get it. I understand Mulholland Drive. I know there's still some people that don't. I mean, it is kind of a little bit unclear what that movie is about, because David Lynch is the type of guy who won't explain his plots, because he wants people to figure it out on their own. But of a video that I saw about it, it made sense. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But this one, which I mean, I guess it is kind of clear of what it's about. Maybe for some people, but with someone like me might not
No,
be.
I think what this movie is like I watched a video explaining it because there's a lot of lore in this movie that you don't really it doesn't shove it down your throat.
Yeah.
You just kind of get glimpses.
Yeah, because that twist, I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
At all. Like that just got me out of nowhere. And I guess we'll talk about that in a minute. But but like that really got me. I was not expecting it, and it felt like it was a different movie, honestly, at that moment.
Well, see,
at the end.
That's the funny thing about I've watched it probably 4 or 5 times. It's not even a twist anymore. Like it's not like it the movie's foreshadowing. It tells you everything that's going to happen. And Ari Aster is like this. Like his second movie, I'm not going to spoil it, but it tells you from the beginning what's going to happen in this movie. So it's like in my opinion, it's not even a twist at the end.
Okay.
Because they've led it up to what it's gonna be.
Yeah, but like I didn't catch any of that. Which
I
that was like Fight Club, for example.
Yeah.
The guy does that too. I mean, and let's not spoil that movie. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have seen it by now, but still, just in case, there is a twist at that movie. And I remember watching that for the very first time. I watched it with him and a friend of ours.
You're like, oh my god!
Well, you already saw it, but it was me and our friend.
Oh yeah.
It was like really, we're like, what?
Where were we watching it with?
Who's Schiffer?
Sure.
You're still saying that. Yes.
Was it Caleb?
Yes, it was Caleb.
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Caleb's like watching, like, motherfucker.
You freaking doxed me. But
Yes.
But no, listen. The first time I watched it, I was in the same boat. I was just like, "What the, like
Fight Club or Hereditary?
both,
Okay.
both." Yeah, because like there is no way unless you actually look up stuff about this movie. There's no way to really understand unless you're like into like old literary demons. Then you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
But um, yeah. Do you have any more to say on just like your opening thoughts about it?
Mm, okay, well, I will say the fucking part where she gets decapitated. That
It's rough.
that definitely caught me off guard. I was like, I think the whole
Yeah.
fucking time I was like,
I couldn't look at James's face because I was like, honestly, like his reaction, I could feel it, and I was like, oh man, I don't even
yeah.
want to see what his
I
face
mean,
is
and I
like.
definitely wasn't expecting it because she's on the fucking cover.
Yes.
So I had no idea she was
Yeah.
gonna fucking die 40 minutes in the
I think
goddamn movie.
that was so great. The advertising definitely saved this movie in
Yeah.
that regard.
I mean, well, then again, Last of Us does that too. Which, by the way, I've been watching the show. Awesome. I'm a big fan of the games, even though I never actually played them. I just seen, this the yeah.
Let's plays.
Yes, the playthroughs, and actually in both games. I mean, I'm not going to spoil, but I will say, both games do have characters that you think are going to be the main character, but they die
Yeah.
in the beginning, like in the beginning of both games. So yeah, like I mean, I am familiar with that concept, but
Yeah.
still, like, it definitely didn't. I definitely just wasn't expecting it. And I wasn't really. I didn't really think she was like a main character. I mean, I just thought she was going to be one of them at least, like
Yeah.
along with her and Peter maybe.
Yeah.
But actually, it kind of felt like they were giving more attention to her than Peter at first.
Which
Yeah.
also serves the purpose of like she's the important figure in the movie.
Right.
Like she is the most I would say the most important. Based on the story, she's the most important.
I'm gonna look up the actress real quick. Who played her?
Yeah, I don't even know her name. But it's easy.
Is it Anne? I don't know. We'll look at it here.
But yeah, that scene kind of makes or breaks people because it is really bad. Like in Toni Collette screaming in it is the scariest thing I've ever seen. It's the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god! Are you talking about whenever she found her?
Yeah, and when she was on the ground, like saying like I want to die. If Toni Collette didn't play that character, I think this movie would be probably pretty bad.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think.
No, that was Joan that I saw.
Oh yeah.
We didn't even talk about her.
Oh yeah. Well, we will once we get into the
Millie Shapiro.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no picture of her, but
I think she's only been in a few things.
Yeah.
If anything, really, other than this. But yeah, that seems pretty horrifying.
She's a singer too.
Oh yeah. What are your
other... Oh, this is her only movie so far, at least.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It doesn't even say how old she is. It doesn't have much about her.
What were your other thoughts?
Well, I was going to say that moment almost made me cry.
Really?
I was really close. Damn. I was on the verge of tears when especially hearing Toni Collette scream like that.
Yeah, it was really insane.
And yeah, and also seeing the fucking head too.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Ants.
It was pretty. Yeah, it was kind of like it was just like a hit with a train.
Did we even need to see that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it wouldn't be an Ari Aster movie without something like that.
We didn't see. Never mind. I was about to spoil 7, if you know.
Oh yeah.
Well, anyway. What's in the box? But well, luckily we didn't see no head in that movie. But this one, on the other hand, God, he probably saw 7 and was like, "Ooh, I'm going to show the head in mine."
He's like, we gotta turn this shit up a notch.
Oh yeah.
This movie's just straight up vicious. Like it just comes for you. It is definitely it was the scariest theater experience I ever had. I watched this whenever it was in theaters. It was terrifying.
Well, who did you see it with?
My mom.
Okay.
And she was like, "Holy shit!" She liked the movie, but I could tell like I think this movie's like, for me, it shouldn't change anything. I think it's did its job the way it wanted to. And I didn't have any problem with the gore in it because I think the gore was like it
I mean,
is.
that wasn't really a big problem for me. It's just, I
I
just
mean,
wish I
showing
didn't see
see that's what I'm saying.
it. I
Like
just wish I didn't see it, but I don't have any problem. I mean, in terms of like,
It wasn't too gory or anything.
nah, yeah,
Yeah.
I think the I think everything in this movie um it's just like tucked in perfectly. Like once you learn the whole backstory and you figure everything out, you're like, okay, well everything served a purpose, and that shot of the head served a fucking purpose. You know what I mean? And it like it's just intense and in your face. Like it just went for it, and I love it for that because it is just this movie just knows what it is and knows the story through and through. And there's
yeah,
there's no filler. There's like sure there's some dream sequences and stuff, but those add to what the shit is. It
right,
adds to how much this family is really uncomfortable around each other. So I think for me this is a P word movie. It's a perfect movie in that
I
it
was
does
gonna say perverted.
no, but
Pedophile. Sorry.
well there are some perverts in this movie.
Oh
There
yeah,
are.
that's right.
But yeah, I think this movie it just built itself and it did a really amazing thing.
Yeah.
All right.
So what else?
Should we get into the third act kind of? It's
Yeah.
a big task, but
Man, let me just say this. When
did
that
you see any of it coming? The third act?
hell no. But uh the whole time in that fucking third act, right before the actual ending, that is, all the time I was just saying, can you just end already? Please just end already. This is getting so weird and
Yeah,
fucked up.
yeah.
I don't like it.
It's really the tension in this movie is kind of insane. It really
Yeah.
does.
Like
It
that
does hurt.
I think
It
the
does hurt.
craziest thing happens in the third act.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like the
Just all that crazy fucking shit.
yeah, it's just a insane thing. So I guess I should describe why a bunch of bad things happen in this movie.
Yeah.
And it's because the grandmother who passed away and in the funerals and there was the funeral scene in the first scene of the movie. It turns out this grandma is a cult member of this religious cult that is trying to resurrect the eighth king of hell.
Which is real, by the way. What, right?
Not the cult, but the actual the
Okay.
story of this demon is real.
Okay.
But um the eighth king of hell named Payman, and I don't know the whole lore of it because he's this character is in a bunch of different old books and stuff. But it is a real character that existed way before Hereditary existed. Um, and this cult worshipped Payman, and they wanted to basically manifest him and put him in a physical body.
I never heard of this, by the way.
I never have
This
either. I never
movie.
have either.
Yeah.
And so Payman uh, must be manifested into the body of a male that needs to have a quote unquote, the movie says, a strong male host. And the grandmother was planning on Charlie, Anne's daughter, so her granddaughter. She was thinking that this kid was going to be a boy when it was born. It turned out to be Charlie, and Charlie was a girl. And so the grandmother was really upset by this, um, because she was basically, preparing for this child to be Payman in the future, before it was born. So they were already doing rituals trying to impose the group onto Charlie. But since Charlie was a girl, that kind of fucked up everything. So the grandmother dies, uh, but before she does, she sets a ritual of sorts to happen. And basically, like, this is what I mean by, like, that dead animal just didn't die in the middle of the road. The cult put that dead animal there to.
Yeah.
So everything in this movie was to basically get Peter, his brain worn down and scared.
Well, first of all, for him to accidentally kill his
Yeah,
sister.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the deal is that they needed the spirit of Charlie to go into Peter and to be Peter, to then be Payman. It's kind of like convoluted and kind of complicated, but that's the
Yeah.
goal. The
It's weird.
the goal is to get um Charlie, who is the reincarnated spirit of Payman, into Peter to have the final like transformation.
Yeah. Yeah. I had no idea about this shit. He had to explain it to me as soon as we finished it because I was
Yeah,
just
because it's
lost.
a it's an insane scene.
Yeah.
So
Like I said, like if I was doing this movie on my own, I would have to do a lot of research and whatnot. I would.
yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah. So that is everything about this movie. This character Joan, who initially comes
Joan.
up as a friend to Annie, the mom. You know, she's grieving her mom and her daughter just died, so she's going to like meetings and stuff, support groups and stuff, and she meets Joan there. And Joan's like, my son and my grandson died drowning.
I just
Um,
remember her saying son. I didn't remember her saying
no, her
grandson.
grandson's Louis, who
Yeah.
had the thing with.
Right.
So she had two of her kids die, likely because she was trying to make them payment. Who knows? And
That's probably it. Yeah.
like honestly, and then in the movie they said that Annie had a brother who died, who had schizophrenia,
Oh yeah.
and he said that his mom was trying to put people inside of him, aka a fucking demon inside of him, like, and killed himself. So it's likely that they've tried to put this demon in other people before. And but anyway, Joan starts out as like a friend to Annie, but it turns out she was like Annie's mom's right hand woman in the cult. So Annie was pulling a lot of the strings, um, basically uh, telling Annie to do a seance and stuff like that, which Annie did, and let in Payman, this evil spirit, to come in and kind of wreck their family. So this cult orchestrated this whole movie, really. And like, Steve, the dad and the husband dies, and kills herself with a fucking piano wire. And then, Peter gets possessed by um, Charlie slash Payman and then becomes the god in flesh. And yeah, that's the third act, kind of without all the violence. We haven't really talked about that yet, but yeah. So it's a movie about I don't know, possession, death,
Yeah.
demon possession.
Yeah,
I
and you
guess.
wouldn't guess that by the first two acts of the fucking movie.
Yeah, yeah, not at all.
Yeah. Actually, kind of going into this movie, I like after Charlie got killed, I was like, I even said it to him. I was like, please don't make this be another neon demon,
Oh yeah,
because I was like thinking to myself, I was like, is this going to be a one and done for me? Am I never going to watch this movie again? No, I am definitely going to watch this movie again for sure.
hell yeah,
After,
that's so cool.
yeah, for sure, I definitely will. But yeah, I mean, of course, I was even thinking, after Charlie died, I was thinking, I was like, where else is this movie going to go?
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
had no idea. I mean, of course, for a while we were seeing about, the whole thing with, well, both Annie and Peter just going through all this, and the dad, by the way, who he was trying to keep it together. He was,
yeah. He
I
was
mean,
trying to keep his family
yeah,
above water.
yeah, but the other two are just living wrecks. I mean, you got Peter
Yeah,
who can't live with himself because he killed his sister of course, by accident.
yeah,
But like he can't sleep, he can't focus in school. He's just a wreck.
yeah.
Also, that fucking scene toward the end, where in school in this class, where he's like on his fucking desk, and all the his classmates and his
Yes.
crush and whatnot. Just like looking at him like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like
it's scary.
I was thinking to myself, I was like, Jesus, I don't even know if his classmates will recover after that.
Yeah, no one would.
Like, good lord.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there were some kids in our school. I don't think I've had any in my class, but I think you did and some others. But there are like some kids, closest to that, maybe some kids having a seizure in class.
Oh yeah,
But that was like on a whole nother level.
yeah,
Like that was way worse than a fucking seizure.
yeah. And he was just screaming on the floor with his bloody face.
Yeah, which they might have thought that he had a seizure, but
Ugh.
Maybe. I mean, it's not like those kids knew that he accidentally killed his sister, that he's just depressed and anxious out of his mind, like, and that he's acting weird and stuff, grieving and everything. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's just crazy. But, yeah,
Yeah.
ridiculous. I think, man, I mean, this movie's just so good because it's
Yeah.
like, I think of it almost, and I'm gonna compare the movie we watched last week, Don't Look Now, but we didn't do a video about it, which is cool because I think we can kind of shoehorn them together, honestly, because
Oh yeah, that movie was depressing. I thought.
Yes.
well, especially at the end. But
yeah,
Yeah, that was kind of a thing too, because okay, spoilers for that movie as well.
Yeah.
But for Don't Look Now, right?
yes,
1978 or something like that. With some, I know it's 70s.
I think it was earlier. I don't know. Definitely seems earlier.
I don't know, but it has Donald Sutherland. I had to say his name slower because it doesn't sound right when I say it faster. But yeah, that movie that was pretty crazy, but not on the same level.
It's not like this. I think because I've kind of since I knew that we were gonna watch this, I kind of
Yeah.
dove into Ari Aster. What were you gonna say, though?
I was just gonna say, I mean, I bet you for its time, it was probably like a very out there movie.
Yeah.
Don't Look Now, but like, I kind of watching it, it didn't like freak me out that much because it was just so 70s, and I was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
kind of thinking, I was like, if they would remake this, it would probably, I mean, shit, it might would be on almost the same level with this. Like, have Ari Aster direct the remake to that or something. I don't know.
See, that's what I was gonna say. Is that both of these movies? I think this might as well be a remake of that. I think this is as
oh,
close.
we didn't even talk about that yet. But go ahead.
Well, just because like I've dove into
We'll talk a little bit about that movie in a minute.
yeah, since I knew we were watching this movie, I've dove into some of Ari Aster's influences and kind of looked at what he
Was that one
what
of
inspired
them?
him. Yeah, as far as horror movies go, yes, it was a lot of like
Gotcha.
dramas and like
Yeah.
a lot of Roman Polanski.
See,
and,
sorry, but
you're good.
oh yeah, Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see Rosemary's Baby an influence on this for sure.
Mhm.
But I was just gonna say, I think that's a big reason why I really liked this
Yes.
as a horror movie because I'll go and say, I mean, call me a pussy, but probably my favorite, if I have a favorite genre of film, honestly, it's drama.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons why too, because you can work any genre of film with drama.
Yeah.
And even horror.
Well,
And
see,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. To me, the horror genre is not about like Jason Voorhees or something. Though I like those movies, this is what horror is.
Yeah.
It's like this. Don't Look Now is a movie about grief following you wherever you go and eventually getting you killed. Like that's what that
Yes.
movie is.
Yes. Kind of
Jacob's Ladder is
similar to
about
this.
PTSD.
Right.
Silent Hill, the video games are completely different than what like Nightmare on Elm Street is. To me, horror is about the human condition, not like jump scares, spooky. Horror is what's inside every one of us. It's like the sadness, it's the despair, it's the loneliness.
Yeah.
And this movie does a great job. And so does Don't Look Now, but you're right. Don't Look Now is very 70s, but
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good story, but I felt like it could be done better. Maybe if it. I mean, if you would make that today, maybe. I mean, of course, it depends on the
I
genre.
I honestly think it should stay. Honestly I'm not a fan of remakes that much.
No, I mean, I'm not really either, but there's a couple movies I've seen, like older movies. I like,
Mhm.
for example, I said this in my review for it. Completely different movie, but The Warriors. I kind of think that movie deserves a remake. I know there's a
Would be
lot
cool.
that will disagree with me and be like, "No, it's a cult classic. Don't touch it." I mean, I get it, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw that. I liked that movie, but it was pretty flawed, and I just felt like it didn't age all that well. At least I don't know. I kind of
Yeah,
saw it
I
that
hear
way.
what you're saying.
So I kind of think maybe that could be remade. Um, and I kind of, I mean, you already said your thing, about it, but like, I honestly think Don't Look Now could be remade,
I think
but
I think it could be, but I think my issue is that there's this magic in Don't Look Now. There's this like weird feeling throughout the whole movie,
yeah.
and I don't think that can easily be replicated. It's like motherfuckers remade Jacob's Ladder, and it's like you can't remake
Yeah,
you
I
can't
actually just found that out that
you,
that was remade.
you can't remake that movie because there is this there is this atmosphere that cannot be duplicated. Like it's like whenever they made like a Silent Hill movie, it was stupid because you can't sometimes you can't remake an
Yeah.
atmosphere. You know what I mean? And I think that's why they couldn't do a Don't Look Now because it wouldn't be as weird. It wouldn't be as effect like sure it might work better as a movie, but as a piece of art, I don't think it would work as well. Because
Yeah.
it's because the atmosphere would just
Yeah.
not be there.
Fair enough.
You
But
know.
like, I don't know.
I get what you're saying
Yeah.
though. Because you're right, there are some heavy problems, but
But in that movie, since we didn't say it yet, but Donald Sutherland and his wife, I forgot who played her, but their daughter died
yes.
and like drowned, and they're living with that. And like, I know at the end of that movie, like, Donald Sutherland thought he saw her, because this woman or whatever, this
Hmm.
figure was wearing like this red coat, and so he followed her, thinking that that's actually his daughter, and then it turns out it's this fucking psychopathic killer, which was in throughout the
Yeah.
film. It was her, and she fucking kills him,
Yeah, with a
and
straight razor.
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, was
It's
it?
insane.
I don't remember that,
Yeah.
but
It is one of these
yeah,
strange like I remember when I first watched it cuz like what the deal is that his daughter died in a red raincoat. She drowned in a red raincoat.
right.
So he's in
This
a
might be a long episode, by the
it might
way.
they're in
Hopefully not 2 hours.
yeah, they left England. They're in Italy, and so they're in a completely different country. And he sees this little, it looks like a child running around, in a red
Yeah.
coat.
It was a smaller, older, old woman that was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, and it turns out, there's a serial killer running around Italy, and it turns out to be this uh lady in a red raincoat, and she's like an older lady, like her face is really old. Like whenever it reveals who it is, and she just walks up to him and fucking slashes his throat. It's a weird sensation, and yeah,
Yeah.
strange
That
movie.
was sad, man, when
Yeah,
that happened. I was so depressed after
yeah,
that.
because Donald Sutherland and his wife in that movie, you could tell that they loved each other, and
Oh, yeah.
you could tell that they could work out this grief, but he just got pulled in by this apparition,
Yeah.
and fucking died for it. He
Yeah.
dove too deep in it.
Yeah.
Same thing with this movie. I would say, if Tony Collette's character didn't seek out the medium or didn't try the medium,
Yeah.
um, then they would probably be alive. But also, she was pretty. They were forced into it. I this
Right.
this movie forced into it.
Right. Yeah. I'll go on. All right. So let's talk about the performances.
Okay.
Tony Collette, great.
10 out of 10. That
She
shit was insane.
she was fantastic in this film. I've seen her in 2 other movies besides of this. I've seen her in Knives Out, and one of my all-time favorite movies, Little Miss Sunshine, which of course is a
Classic. Yeah,
completely
classic
different
movie.
movie, completely different.
Very
And
good.
she was good in that movie, but I did feel like she was she was out of the whole family of out of all those actors, she was honestly the weakest. But I mean, she's still good. Just she was just the weakest out of all of them, because you got fucking Steve Carell and Alan Arkin and Paul Dano, especially, who was my favorite in that movie. Like they all outshined her.
Yeah,
And you've seen that, right?
yeah. It's been a long time. I love that movie though.
I was about to say maybe we should do an episode on that. But if you've seen
We
it,
could. I mean,
we
I haven't
could.
watched it in a long time.
Right, we could.
I mean, you asked me. You were talking to me about the Big Lebowski earlier, and I didn't remember
Right.
anything. About it.
Exactly. I
So-
showed him the Big Lebowski and
Years
one time-
ago.
Yeah, and he doesn't remember. He's like, "Oh, I thought it was funny, but it just."
I told him it has to be something really disturbing and sad for me to remember it, like this or Don't Look Now, especially.
Well,
Those
Little
are
Sunshine.
movies that I
Okay, maybe not
remember.
disturbing, but there is some depressing stuff
Yeah.
in that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love
I
that
mean,
movie.
Steve
I think that
Carell.
movie's great.
Steve Carell was suicidal, so.
Yeah.
But the yeah, yeah, that was that was the movie I knew her best in, and like again, she was good, just not great like
Well,
everyone else.
she probably had to play the straight man a little bit. Or
She
straight
did.
woman.
She
Yeah,
did.
Like
Yeah,
she probably didn't
actually
have.
did.
She probably didn't have much of a chance to like
Right.
flex her skills.
Right.
In this, she had all the chances.
Yeah,
and
and
she.
this out of the water. I never seen The Sixth Sense. I know she's in that. She's Haley Joel Osment's mom, I think, in that
She's
movie.
a good character in that movie.
Yeah, I've heard she's pretty good, but I haven't seen that one yet, so I can't judge her in that movie.
It's been a long time.
Right.
I watched it a long time ago.
Yeah. But this one, yeah. Like before this,
Insane.
of course I knew who she was, and I've just seen only 2 movies, I think, like I said, and I don't know, I wasn't like all the way impressed with her until now. Now I'm like, okay, yeah, this woman can act, and I think she was robbed of not getting an Oscar nomination. Yeah, she should have got a nomination at least for this role. I mean, probably even a win, but
Honestly, yeah, I agree wholeheartedly because
yeah,
that
I'm trying to
her
think of
chops are
other
crazy.
actresses.
that were great in 2018. But I think this is probably the best one of what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Female performances at least, but of that year. But yeah, she was fantastic. And Charlie was good. The actress.
Oh yeah.
she
Like
was-
you should hear her. You should hear her in interviews because she's
Yeah.
completely different. Yeah. Yeah. Like this character, she did a great job.
Yeah,
I think Charlie's
this is
definitely.
her only movie too.
Yeah.
So,
I think Charlie's might be my second favorite performance.
Right.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
yeah,
I think Toni Collette is so good that's like everyone else is just kind of.
yeah. Millie
Equal.
Shapiro. I said her
Yeah.
name earlier. I forgot.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah. And Gabriel Byrne, who was a actor. I'm trying to think of what all I know. He was in what was it? The Usual Suspects.
Okay.
I know him best from that movie. I know I've seen him in other stuff. Oh yeah, Miller's Crossing, a Coen Brothers movie, Miller's Crossing. And he was good in that movie. Yeah, he was pretty good. I don't know. I thought his character was interesting. I kind of liked his
Yeah.
character more than his performance, honestly. But I mean, he was good in this movie.
Yeah, I think he.
Yeah.
I think him crying at the red light made his character good in this movie.
Crying at the red light.
After he picked up Peter, after Peter slammed his head on the desk and shit,
Oh, I don't remember.
he started crying at the red light. Yeah,
I forgot about that. I
yeah.
don't remember it.
I think that saved his character because basically throughout the whole movie he was really trying to be the straight man of the family and just kind of like, because obviously like you were saying, the mom and the son were just wrecks.
Yeah.
And he was like cooking food and stuff.
I mean,
and
of
was, like,
course
trying to
he
hold it
was
together.
sad, but yeah, of course, I mean, devastated or whatever, but still pulling together,
Yeah. I guess he thought if my family's going crazy, then I'm gonna have to be the one to
Yeah.
stop or I'm gonna have to be the sane one and take care of everything.
Yeah.
Um,
And then
Yeah.
you got Alex Wolff, who, by the way, we were already familiar with this
Oh, yeah.
actor
Oh yeah.
as children.
We've known about this guy for years.
Him and his brother.
Yep.
Who, by the way, was in this terrible movie that I watched called Paper Towns.
Yeah.
And he was in The Faults in Our Stars too, I think.
Yeah,
That
he was.
Wolf. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that one, but Paper Towns is. Ugh.
Listen, I was a Nat Wolff fan whenever I was a kid, but now I'm an Alex boy myself nowadays.
So Alex Wolff, we knew this guy from a certain Nickelodeon show called The Naked Brothers Band. It was
Pretty
him
disturbing
and
title.
yeah, but it was him and his brother Nat, who are actually both sons of this blues guitarist or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
I
funny.
forgot his name, like something Wolf, I guess.
Huh.
And he was actually in the show too. I remember their dad, but
That's funny.
it was them two and their friends, and they were a band,
Rock group.
pop rock, yeah, and we loved that show.
Oh yeah, dude.
And we even had the fucking CDs, and I even
Yeah.
had the goddamn video game for the Wii.
Yep. That's probably why we started a band.
Yeah.
We started a band whenever
I mean,
we were little
we were
kids.
stupid kids. We were just like, oh, these kids are playing rock and roll music. We love rock and roll music. This
True
is
that.
awesome.
Look at us
And then,
now.
of course, years later, I was like,
This is some poppy.
yeah, they sucked.
Yeah. What? You don't like 1 is okay, 2 is fine, 3 is enough. 1 is okay, 2 is fine, 3
You-
is enough. 1 is okay, 2
Oh,
is fine, 3 is
Jesus.
enough.
Alien Clones was kind of cool.
That's dope.
You remember that one?
Shout out Alien
That-
Clones.
Alex Wolff, actually, he sung both of those that we just did.
See, he's
But-
underrated, bro.
Yeah, I don't even know. Did they even play their own instruments?
I think a little bit, but the songs are real simple.
Yeah, they probably didn't write them.
No,
but,
no way.
Like, it was probably like a Monkeys thing where they didn't write, or I don't even know if they
Shoot,
even played.
most adult musicians don't even write their own songs. That like play live or that perform or that are famous. Yeah, they usually have a team
Yeah.
of writers.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But, so yeah, we knew about Alex Wolff.
We were up with this dude from the ground floor. We love this
Alex
guy.
Wolff was the drummer, by the
Yes.
way,
Of the Naked Brothers band.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I remember whenever he first told me about this movie, he said that he was in this. I was like, what?
Yes. And what do you think of his performance?
For the most part, very good. But
Yep.
however,
Yep.
I did have a problem with his crying and even his screaming a little bit. But that one part when he was crying, he's like, like that part when Annie was trying to get them, to do that whole thing.
The seance.
Yeah, with the for Charlie to communicate with them.
Like, he was like scared of her and stuff. But like that fucking cry, I was like, I don't think I said it out loud, but in my head, I'm like, what the fuck?
See, okay, I thought that when I watched this the first time, I thought that too.
Yeah.
But the more I watch it, the more I'm like, it kind of adds to the weirdness of it
Okay.
for me. Like,
Yeah.
do you remember that scene, that dream sequence, where she's like covered him and her in paint thinner and has the match, and he's like, "You're gonna kill me! You're gonna kill me!"
Something like that.
And it's
Yeah.
like his voice sounds really weird in
Yeah.
that scene, but it adds to how freaking scary it is. But I do
Okay.
get what you're saying.
But
Like,
that, that makes a little bit more sense because it's a dream. But like that,
Yeah.
for that one scene, like I was like, what the hell?
I know.
Like,
Me and my mom both had the same reaction.
like
when we
why
first
is
watched
he
it.
acting like that? Like, God.
I mean, I just know that
If I was in that role, I mean, just imagine me in that role. That'd be terrible.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But that was an issue I had. I kind of have another too, but like I'll get to that in a minute. But now the one scene with him and Tony Collette, it was like not too long after Charlie died. You
Oh,
remember what I'm
yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, that scene's hard to watch.
Now he was great in that scene.
Yeah.
Well, she was better, of course, but they were both like that was like an Oscar scene right there. I would say
Yeah, it was
like
crazy.
that was a great scene, and he nailed it in that. So that kind of makes me it's like, yeah, he's not bad in this movie. It's just those moments, the crying. I was just like, what the fuck?
Everything about him's kind of weird. Like, even looking at him in the movie, like, he has a very interesting face. And
Yeah.
just kind of looks different than everyone in the movie. And so I think he's just kind of like a.
Well, I mean, honestly, well, I think even Charlie looks more different than he does. Like, she has a very unique look, I think.
Yeah, she does. But, I mean, he just kind of like. It's just, he's a kind of a weird part of this movie
Yeah.
that I really like.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I was even thinking, like, aside from him feeling bad that he killed his sister, like, I was kind of thinking, like, why are they showing so much of him, aside from that? But then, of course, the ending, of course they did. They had to.
Yeah.
Because,
He's the
he's
vessel.
important.
He's the human body.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the clicking. Yeah.
I'm sure that's in every video about this movie.
I can't do it real good. That's the best I can do it. Yeah. Yeah. that's an issue that I have. Also, so I will say, cinematography is great. I really enjoyed it.
Me
Some
too.
really cool shots and whatnot. And okay, so the editing was good for the most part, but however, there were some moments that I kind of maybe the more I watch it, they might not bother me that much, but there were some moments where I kind of felt like a shot, like like let's say they'll have like someone like leave frame, and the camera would stay on like something like maybe there's something important that I missed,
Yeah,
that
sometimes there are
but
symbols in the
but
movie
like
that
it would stay
focus
on
on
this shot for like maybe the next 3 to 5 seconds, and I was like kind of thinking, I was like, what was that about? Like I don't know. There were just a few.
would it
ones-
move, or would it just?
I think it would move.
Like, would it like? Because there were a lot where it's like, someone walks
Yeah.
off screen, and then it's like, and then it starts moving very slowly, or does it just cut? Because sometimes
I don't know.
a lot of times you should watch it again and just keep an eye on like the symbols because that's
Right.
usually what it's showing.
Yeah, that's what I was.
That's usually
I
what it's
was
showing.
just thinking, like just now. I was like thinking that's probably why. But yeah, I don't know. So that's probably just a nitpick right there. That's not really a flaw. That's a nitpick. But okay, yeah, that's a nitpick. Maybe that would change after I rewatch this.
I will
So-
say the camera movements are sometimes like really slow.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like I was
Yeah.
I was like maybe
I
you
did
can
kind of.
when I was watching it this time I was like maybe you could speed those up a little bit, but honestly like
I mean, well, even like toward when it was getting close to the climax and stuff, when it had like, like Annie on the walls and shit.
Yeah.
But like it had a lot of that too, where the camera's going really slow, which was actually, of course, it was building tension, and in my
Yeah.
mind, I was thinking, I'm just like, just end it already,
Yeah.
But
It
yeah,
was really dragging it out.
yeah, it was. But I guess they did that on purpose, because
Yeah.
yeah, just to be more suspenseful.
Yeah, I think
Right.
so too. I think that was definitely what they were thinking.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's more effective than others. I think it would be kind of cool if they kind of mixed it a little bit more, if they made some shots move a little bit faster. Because then it'd be more surprising when it would be slow, but it was slow like a lot of the time. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's okay. So maybe that'll change. That's probably just a nitpick. But yeah, I would say the only flaw is just at times Alex Wolff's acting while like upset and shit, like
yeah.
screaming and crying. I don't know. It's a little too much for me. Like, didn't he? He sounded kind of like that, didn't he? like in that one scene.
Yeah,
Something like that. It was so
Yeah.
weird.
I love it though. I love it.
I don't think I said anything while watching it.
Did I?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I did, but in my mind, I didn't want to. I didn't want to be rude or whatever. But in my mind, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think my point of view with this is just that I love the movie
Yeah.
like so much that it's like I'm deeply in love with this movie. So I'm like,
Right.
all your flaws, they're perfections to me, baby.
Yeah. Also, okay, another performance I'll go and shout out to whoever played Joan.
Shout out Joan. Yeah.
She seemed like a normal lady at
Yeah.
first. Like she didn't really seem that creepy to me. Like
no.
she didn't. And then but then
She
she's
flipped that
fucking
switch.
evil.
She flipped that switch.
Yeah. So shout out to that actress.
You know who I got to give
Yeah.
a shout out to?
Who's that?
And this is kind of hard to tell who did what because I've never looked at the script for this movie, but it's definitely how the actors did it, but also Ari Aster, dude, writing this shit
Oh yeah.
is crazy because
Yeah.
listen, those scenes where they were at like the support group stuff,
Mhm.
and even how just the way that they said like it helps is so real, dude. Because like I said, I go to AA for another reason, and being in those groups, that is how it looks. Like these people sitting, we have a table, and
Okay.
we're sitting around the table.
Okay.
And when someone's telling a story, sometimes it gets really sad and pretty crazy. Like it's like really emotional, really scary, really sad. And so we're not making eye contact, like maybe looking down, maybe looking up at them sometimes like this, looking down. Like the actors in that scene did such a great job. And just you can tell that
I need to watch that scene again.
you can tell that like Ari Aster either he reads a lot of books and watches a lot of movies, which he probably does, or he has a lot of life experience dealing with grief or some form of support group and all those things because his word choice and his choice of tone that he probably directed the actors with, or maybe the actors decided on, it's like perfect.
Yeah.
That's what makes this movie so good. It's just when it comes to the dramatic aspects, they nail it. So good.
Yeah.
So that's really
Yeah.
the movie's great.
I need to watch that scene again though with
It's
the,
good.
the meeting. But
Crazy.
yeah, I don't know when I'll watch this again, but I
Take your
definitely
time.
will.
Take
yeah,
your time.
I definitely will sometime. Yeah. So, all right. Anything else?
The music is really good.
The music was outstanding.
Scary.
And yeah, and I forgot how that last song went, but I really liked that last song at the very last scene, and I even heard that before somewhere. I want to say it might have been from one of my favorite YouTubers. Shout out to Chad Saburin. I think that's how you say his last name, but and he knows I exist, by the way. So
Yo,
he
dude.
does. He follows me
stuff.
on Letterboxd and even on Instagram too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know if he subscribed to my channel. I'm not sure, but he's a great YouTuber. He does movie reviews and he even makes his own films, which are
Are
pretty
those the
cool.
ones that you showed me?
I sent you one of
Yeah.
them. There is a
Hell yeah.
full-length feature film. I don't know when we'll be able to watch it, but I would like you to see it called Will Open Drive that he did,
I'm down.
and it's really cool. I mean,
Podcast?
nah, probably not, but
Podcast that? That'd be kind of cool though.
but I think you definitely need to watch it sometime. It's
Hell yeah.
really it makes you think, kind of like this movie too. But
Mhm.
yeah. Anyways, where was I going? Oh yeah, I was like,
Music.
where's the... yeah, right. That last song, I don't know. I think he might have used it in one of his films
Oh,
too,
really?
because he uses some of those. I don't know. I don't know.
Legally.
I don't know if it might not be legal the way how he does it, but
I think he buys the rights.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully.
I mean he does give credit to them, in the credits.
Yeah.
He does, do that.
Cool.
But so I guess that's not copyright then, but But yeah, he uses some of the music. Like I remember whenever I was first watching the Last of Us playthroughs, I recognized one of the songs from there. I'm like, oh yeah, I think he used one
Yeah.
of those too.
Mm.
And yeah, some others that he's used. He used an American Beauty song in the movie American Beauty.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's used one of those too. That's actually his favorite movie. But
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to Chester Burn. Go check his channel out. It's great. Um, but yeah. But I really like the music a lot in this. Who does the score to this? Colin Stetson.
Hmm.
Let me look on here.
Yeah, I'm curious to know if he did Midsommar. And I don't remember
Maybe.
the soundtrack in that movie, but shout out to putting traditionally jazz instruments in a horror movie, though. I think that
Oh, did they?
at least in the last scene with the trumpets,
Okay.
but I would love to look at that guy. Oh, look, he's got a fucking. That's a big old. It looks like he's got a baritone saxophone.
It
That's
looks
really
like a
cool.
sword in that
Yeah, it's
picture. Like
gigantic.
his outfit almost
Man,
looks
he's
medieval.
huge.
Yeah,
He's a
let's
jacked
see.
saxophone player.
Saxophonist. He's played with Arcade Fire,
Cool.
Bon Iver. Is that
Yep.
Bon Iver?
Damn. Dude's making money.
And some others I never heard of, but Bill.
Yeah, I don't know who that
Yeah.
is.
But yeah, and he's a composer. Yeah.
That's cool.
He's a jazz guy, so that makes sense.
Shout out.
Let me look at his other films.
I think.
Oh, he did 12 Years a Slave.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was. Wait, hold on. I thought that was fucking Hans Zimmer that did that movie.
Maybe they worked together on it.
Composer,
Little bit.
musician.
Little bit.
Okay, I think just one song. What else he's done? Yeah, Hereditary. He did not do Midsommar.
Interesting.
He did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 movie. It might be the score might be fine.
Score might be cool.
And he did the Menu that just came out last year.
Oh yeah.
With Anya Taylor-Joy and Ray Fiennes. I've been meaning to see that movie.
I think I'm starting to have a dream. Well, this channel doesn't know much about me, but I'll say this: I'm a musician. Okay.
Yes.
But
he's actually in a band with my brother at the moment.
we're a little family band. But also, I think I want to try and make a movie someday. That'd be really cool.
You
A
want to
horror
make a movie?
Yeah, I mean, isn't that fun? Isn't that cool? And then I'd make a horror movie, and then I'd put.
You're going to be a director,
I mean, I don't know about that, but
writer.
maybe. Well, I'd have to have some creative control because I would want to be like, okay, we're getting
Yeah, I got to be a part of it somehow.
we're getting a jazz band to do the soundtrack, and that's what I would want. That's what I would do.
Oh, okay.
Put some synthesizers on it, make it a little spooky.
I got to be a part of it somehow,
Yeah.
motherfucker. Have me direct it.
All right. I mean, well, you're gonna have to become a horror movie director. Just saying.
Never mind. I'll act in it though. At
That'd be
least
cool.
I'll
Hey
act in
man,
it.
you're getting stabbed right now. That's your line, James.
No,
That's your line.
no, I'll play a crazy person in it.
Oh, that would be funny. Actually, yeah, that's true. You'd be like,
Have me be a killer or
scary
something.
dude
I
on
don't
the
know.
street. Hey,
Yep.
what you doing? Where you going without me, huh? You
Oh,
going?
God.
Somewhere? Huh?
Anyways,
Yeah. Anyway, steering this thing back on top.
yeah, music was great. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Fantastic.
All right, anything else?
That's pretty much all I got.
All right, so
Should I go first on the rating since this is my pick kind of, or a movie that I've already seen?
I think you give your scores first. So
Okay, well,
no. You give your scores on the ones that that I pick.
okay.
So I
Okay,
guess I
okay.
should go.
Okay, go ahead.
So is that all though, or is there anything else you want to talk about?
I think that's all I got.
All right.
That's all
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. So all right, this was a
Thank
great
you, I'm
film.
scared.
But Alex Wolff did kind of push it back. His
Oh.
crying did kind of push it back for me. I was thinking about giving it a 9 originally, but I'm gonna give it an 8 for right now.
At least it's an 8, baby.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, if I could give like an 8.5, I would at least, but I don't do that. But I'll give it an 8.
Fair enough.
Maybe 9, maybe later on, but for now, an 8. So
Rock and roll.
let
That's
me
awesome.
I think
Take
I
your
might
guess.
100 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 because it is like
yeah, I figured.
it could be my I could consider it my favorite movie. Like if someone was to ask me, it would either be this one, Videodrome by David Cronenberg, or Holy Mountain by Alejandro Jodorowsky.
I think I like this better in Holy Mountain.
Yeah, you
I
definitely
know
you definitely seemed like you liked it better than Holy Mountain.
Yeah, Holy Mountain I liked, and
It's just a different kind of movie.
And you know what? I might give it another watch someday. I know I said that I wouldn't. Well, I said it to you. I don't know why I looked at the camera, but I didn't say that to you. But I said it to you that I probably would never watch again. I could, maybe in the next 5 years, but
You should try it in the next 5 years. I think it is a
Yeah.
massive, beautiful piece of art.
it was a good movie. It was
Wonderful.
weird, but it was good. It was different, but
Yeah, it's like pushing the medium of filmmaking.
Yeah. And I wasn't a fan of Videodrome. I might give it another watch, but
I understand.
I wasn't a fan of that really.
I think
I love Debbie Harry, but they kind of didn't. I didn't like her character very much.
I think there's more people in the world who don't like Videodrome than people who like it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it
That's
had an interesting concept,
I love it.
but I don't know.
such a strange sexual movie
I need to.
about TVs.
Yeah, I need to watch more
Cronenberg.
Cronenberg for sure.
He's weird. I'm not sure that you
I think
will
that's
like
the
him.
only one I've seen from him so
Really?
far. I think. I know.
I haven't watched The Fly.
Oh, you haven't seen The Fly? Me either. I haven't seen The Fly. I haven't seen he did Scanners, right?
Scanners is cool.
I know
The
I borrowed Scanners from you the same time I borrowed Videodrome, and I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, I don't think you'll like Scanners
Okay.
that much.
Nick Lunch.
The more I think about that movie, the more I love it.
Yeah, I do want to see that movie.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
The Brood is really cool. I like The
I'm
Brood.
not familiar with that one.
It's right before he did Scanners. He did
Yeah.
that one.
His most recent one, Crimes of the Future, too.
I need to watch that so bad.
Yeah.
I need to just watch all of his movies.
Yeah.
You know, I'm on my way there. I've watched like 3 or 4,
Right.
which is kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah.
Can't believe I'm that far in it.
Yeah.
I have his earliest one, Shivers, that I still need to watch, but it's like it's like 70s cheap, so it's like kind of hard. It's hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
But I should give it another try because I like him.
Yeah. Is Cronenberg your favorite director?
I might as well say that, but you know, also,
Carpenter.
yeah, I would.
John Carpenter.
As far as like people who make a bunch of movies, yeah, it's probably Carpenter and Cronenberg.
I've only seen 4 Carpenter movies, and I'm not a fan, honestly.
They're not scary at all.
Well, no.
But they're cool.
My favorite out of his I've seen is They Live, but even that movie I have a lot of issues with. Like, I think I only like the second act in that movie.
Oh, really?
I don't like. Well, the first act is it's okay, and then the third act I thought was pretty bad, honestly. But the second act I thought was amazing, honestly. Like a 9 out of 10 movie. Was the second act for They Live.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as Roddy Piper gets the glasses, and then at the end with the best fight scene in any movie ever with him and Keith David.
Oh yeah,
That's
crazy.
the best fight
That is
scene
crazy.
ever. After that, the movie starts to blow for me. I don't
get
know.
that.
But anyways, we're rambling. I'm sorry. So, all right. So, 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
That's right.
All right. So, maybe next time, what do you want to do next time?
No idea.
Raised in Arizona, maybe?
Sure.
All right.
That sounds fun to me.
Raised in Arizona.
That's a different movie.
First time doing Coen Brothers on the channel.
Coen Brothers.
So, yeah. Look out for that one. Hopefully.
Look out.
If we could do it.
Yeah. All right. So thank you. That was our review for Hereditary. Yes. So thank you if you made it this far. Thank you for watching. My next video, I'm gonna try to do my ranking for the BC Boys, their discography. So look out for that. So yeah. All right. So please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell. And I'll see you, and we'll see you later.
Peace and love.
Peace.
Peace and love, man.